What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to the week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going these days?
It's going good, Connor. This day in particular, I've been accidentally ghosting you since like 10 in the morning. So I'd like to apologise for that straight up.
I don't want to give away behind the scenes, but I texted him at 10 o'clock this morning and said, "Are you free to record this evening?" Nothing. Not a response. I was having something to eat around 3:30 and I thought, maybe he's dead.
Maybe he's fallen into a well somewhere and
you
can't
know
get
what's
out.
worse is I was mid forkful and I went, "Jeez, maybe he died." And then I went, sure, look, we'll get to it after.
Sure, it's Monday. He knows we record on Mondays.
He can wait till dessert.
I've got all of this flan on the way.
Shaun is also still a bit sick. He's been under the weather from the big C.
No, you can't say the big C. That's a different thing, Connor.
Oh, sorry. He's got the disease that everyone's had for the past 2 years, but he took it 2 years too late.
I embarrassingly am one of the people that got COVID in June of 2022.
I mean, it seemed ridiculous, but look, we just gotta go with it. But so Shaun, you're coming in, you're a bit sick. So I said I would start off Movie Mondays this week with something that you're gonna like.
See, you've ruined me because that sentence doesn't mean anything anymore.
There's been so many rugs pulled.
I've gotten to the bottom of the stack of rugs, and at this point, you're just throwing concrete tiles at my face anytime you announce the news.
So, I mean, we are starting Movie Mondays this week with a confirmation that your favourite sequel is happening, and that is Joker 2. It's been confirmed. The director has revealed the working title, and Joaquin Phoenix is set to return.
So Big Toddy Phillips has announced it's Joker 2 Electric Boogaloo. Is that correct? Is that what they're calling it? It's Folie à Deux or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's Electric Boogaloo. Is that your sequel go-to? Mine is always Back in the Habit.
Back in the Habit's way funnier, but Electric Boogaloo is always the one that I go for some reason.
I love the fact that they said Sister Act, and then it was like, what are we? What are we doing here? Well, we're back in the habit of singing.
Oh, that's good. I wager that they made Sister Act 1 entirely so that they could make Sister Act 2 back in the habit.
They'd come up with the name first and worked backwards.
It's that's my Hollywood conspiracy theory. That's as bad as it gets.
Surely even if it's called Sister Act 2, it's then Act 2.
What? Get like into the habit. Oh, Act 2. That's good. Yeah. That's very good.
I mean, this is nothing to do with the Joker 2 news. I feel like we've got on a tangent very early on. But Shaun,
what about Spy Kids 2 Island of Lost Dreams?
I don't know if you could use that everywhere.
No, it's not a universal appeal. No?
Back in the Habit, I feel, is more universal. Like, you can't just say, like, Judgment Day 2, Island of Lost Dreams.
What's Judgment? Are you talking about Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
No, I just made up a movie.
Judgment Day 2.
I've already come up with a sequel for the next terrible movie.
Well, Roland Emmerich is on the phone.
Get him on Actually, he would fucking do Judgment Day.
Oh, he would. Sorry.
So look, Joaquin Phoenix set to return. Joker 2, it's coming out, Shaun. Arthur Fleck. I mean, he was down in his luck in the first one. He got up to some devilment, got up to some shenanigans, and by the end of it, we got to see Bruce Wayne's parents die again. So that was pretty funny.
And I sat upright in the theatre. And I said to my girlfriend who was beside me, Connor's going to love that they did the pearls falling. Now, the thing is, we did a review of Joker when it came out.
Yes.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was entertaining and fun. You didn't like the fact that it existed, I believe.
I don't know if that was a good critique as a movie critic. I feel it's weird to come in from, I don't want this movie to exist, but that was my stance.
That's where you stood at the time and presumably still do.
Yes.
I think we were both in agreement with the fact that do not make a sequel to this movie. Because we've had, you can do the anti-hero thing where we feel bad and watch his fall into madness and crime. You can do that and get away with it once, I feel. But the second time, you can't engender the same kind of sympathy for that character.
Also, if I remember correctly, your big selling point for the movie was, it's a one and done, Con.
Yeah.
It's a one and done. Let's just have a weird fucking little movie that doesn't connect to anything. And, like, it just exists. And I was like, okay, fair enough. But it shouldn't exist, but okay. Number 2 and 3 completely ruined that theory. Then it's just a series of movies. You're doing it as a franchise. It's not like a weird alternate universe. The movie also... sorry, go on.
I was going to say, like, and it's all very well saying, like, oh, can we not just make a good movie and make it for the art of it? Like, it is a business and it is money at the end of the day. And Joker was phenomenally successful for the amount of money it cost to make. So, obviously, they're going to want more of those. But from a strictly let's watch a good movie perspective, I hate that this is a thing.
But it's also, the first one had the hype. It had the thing of, this is the darkest movie of all time. They don't show this to anyone. You're going to turn into an absolute lunatic if you watch this. And then everyone had to go see it. So how are they going to do that again for a sequel when everyone's like, well, the first one didn't turn us all into bastards because we were already bastards. That's the thing. The bastards were within us.
We already lived in the society, guys.
We live in the worst timeline now.
Yeah, the world is way more awful. Like, having a weird clown man in it, that's par for the course at this point.
I'm like looking at the clown man like, dude, the forest is on fire, man. Oh no.
I could throw all kind of statistics to bring down the tone of this light entertainment podcast. But
we're 2 minutes to midnight or whatever shit, and the apocalypse cock.
Oh, there's so many guns available everywhere. But my main thing, right, is just that
this is the Joker, Todd.
I know, and we're just despairing. But it's because, right, like, seeing just the same movie again won't have the same impact. Seeing a different movie really risks losing what made the first one successful. But also, I feel like Joker now has just been taken by the internet. It's been Morbius'd a little bit into the fact that we laugh at Joker a bit, don't we? Because it's a bit silly at the end of the day. And so I feel like they're going to make the second one full serious. Todd Phillips is going to go lean even more into the we live in a society stuff. And then the internet is just going to have a field day with it and rip it apart.
And also, the movie is titled Folie à Deux, which translates to madness for two, roughly. Yeah. So, can I throw something at you? 2 theories. One, the obvious one is Harley, which, I definitely don't think they'll do that because, Margot Robbie has that locked in and they don't want to bring her in. That's a whole host of other problems.
Well, Jared Leto had the Joker locked in and they were quite comfortable bringing in Joaquin.
That's true. But Jared was already taking a Morbid time. He was already moving on.
That's true.
But number 2 is they could do maybe a copycat Joker. Maybe somebody comes along and is like, I want to copy the first one. And then our Joker has to face off against the copycat and be like, no, not that way. That's not how you live in a society and get in a fridge. This is how you live in a society and get in a fridge.
But like, you raise a good point. Is like, what are the stakes in this movie? Like, is it that Joker is the leader of crime in Gotham? Or is it... Because the first movie was super ambiguous in the end. One minute he was standing smiling like a lunatic on a police car. The next he was running through the halls of Arkham, smoking a cigarette, which you could do in like the 70s. It's just, like, I don't know where that character is or where he exists now.
And also, is the movie real? He kind of woke up, or did he? Was it all real? Nobody knows. That was where the coolness of the one movie came from, Sean.
What about all the shit with the fact that Thomas Wayne is his dad, apparently? Was any of that going to be addressed or retconned?
But Joaquin Phoenix is so good at acting.
Oh, he's great at acting. No doubt about that. But I'm
not going to hold that against the man. He's an excellent actor.
He is. I I don't know if he's an excellent actor in this movie. I don't know if that character needs any more story.
I think we're done. Especially because the Batman recently came out, and I don't know if you know this, but the Batman was pretty good.
We both liked
and didn't even have... Oh, they did have the Joker. Oh, fuck, I forgot.
For a little bit. Out. Only a little bit of Joker, Connor. You can forget him. You don't have to watch him.
Too much. It was almost too much, that 60 seconds. Also, did you hear the news that Todd Phillips, Warner Brothers reportedly wanted Todd Phillips to work on new DC films? As in, like, they wanted him to kind of lead the charge for the next few movies.
What are the next few movies in the DC slate after Flash, then?
They don't. It's very vague, but what they wanted was Warner Brothers reportedly wanted Todd Phillips to be their Kevin Feige.
Look, great day for Todd, I will say, because
Todd, get that paycheck.
For a man who's done Hangover movies and The Joker, I mean, that's a pretty good return. But, like, would it not muddy the waters a bit to have the guy doing the universe that's separate from everything else, to have him then come over and helm the connected universe that isn't connected to his existing property based on a character in the same universe?
You're making a lot of good points, but at the same time, the last movie he got money, and Warner Brothers, they normally just think what happened last week or what happened recently. Okay, what happened? Okay, you're the new lead guy. So next person that gets a hit, you're the new lead guy. I think Matt Reeves needs to wait. He's going to get a call that he's going to be the next leader of Warner Brothers.
I assume he's gotten that call already, though. And he's like, I just want to do my fucking movies and then go about my life, please.
He's too nice. He's too nice to say no outright. Whereas Todd Phillips is like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Give it to your old pal Todd here. I'll look after that for you.
Well, I'll just copy 2 movies that came out in the 70s. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so like, we'll definitely watch this when it comes out. I want to hear no more news about this, though. I don't give a shit about the production of this, anything that goes on with it. Just give me one trailer in a year and a half, and then I'll watch it next summer, and that'll be fine.
I'm going to come down hard on the fact that I'm not watching this movie. Okay, so...
We have to talk about it for this.
I refuse. I want you to explain what happens to me and then me to react.
Okay. Imagine an episode of Batman the Animated Series that's great with the Joker in it. It's like that, but so much worse, and you're not going to like it.
Oh, interesting.
Are you sold?
A picture for me. So I'm moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and this is a rumour. It's a rumour. It's hearsay, but it's something that might be good news that I think you might like. So I'm like getting your hopes up, but not too much, because a report has come out that Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 may reportedly be in development. Now, I want to preface this by saying, obviously, rumour is the key word here. We are probably not too sure, but it might be bollocks, if we're all honest with ourselves. Yeah. But, Shaun, how does it feel?
I mean, look, for what I've seen of Kenobi, I'm caught up. I'm 4 episodes in with everyone else. It's a pretty good series. I'm having fun with it. Yeah. But I don't know, is there enough... I don't know, is there enough for a season 1? So I don't know if there's enough for a season 2 in terms of things that Kenobi can get up to in that window of time that don't have massive retcon issues for all of the other movies that Obi-Wan Kenobi appears in, and the Clone Wars and everything else.
That is the issue that you run into, because you have this sweet little middle ground, like a few weeks. He's got a few little weeks that they're trying to fit in a lot of shit, and that's fair enough. But then again, you've got Ewan McGregor and you've got Obi-Wan, and it's a big fucking hit. And I mean, like the Joker, doesn't make any sense, but I can see season 2 happening. Financially, it just makes sense.
It does, and if it has the fan kind of support behind it, absolutely, why wouldn't they go for that? But like, I just feel you're at risk of, I don't know, watering it down maybe, because for years and years we really didn't know what like Obi-Wan got up to in those 20 years between movies, and we built it up in our heads. We went, oh, it's this cool thing. He was living on a desert planet. He was a little hermit kind of a dude. And he just got one with the Force. And then what the series did is that they skipped 10 of those years and essentially just said, okay, he did nothing of note for those 10 years. So now we have a 10-year window where Obi-Wan can do things.
Yeah.
And the adventure he's going on in Kenobi season 1, we'll call it, is his first adventure in 10 years. And then presumably going away with Luke is the next big adventure that he ever goes on in his life. So I just worry, like, if he just has epic grand scale adventures for the next 10 years, doesn't it make the whole old hermit thing at the start of A New Hope, doesn't it lessen that just slightly?
Like, he's proper saving the galaxy every season, like one time, and then he gets to A New Hope and he's like, I haven't seen a fight in nigh on 20 years.
Yeah, so and he's doing Ewan McGregor level lightsaber combat, and then there's like 2 weeks later he becomes Alec Guinness, and it's just two lads swinging broomsticks at each other.
I have solved it. Let him do 10 seasons proper saving the universe. He's fighting Darth Maul, he's fighting Darth Vader on a weekly basis, right? I'm talking every fucking week these lads are, and like the most grand scale lightsaber battles, flips, all sorts of shit.
Okay.
Wolverine origins him, and what we do is 2 weeks before Luke turned 16, shot in the head with a bullet, amnesia bullet, cannot remember.
Oh, it won't kill him, but it'll remove all of his memories. Okay.
But only up until the end of episode 3.
Yeah, and that would explain why he doesn't remember anything, and why. But other characters surely remember him. One character in particular.
I'm talking mass bullets. I'm talking Darth Vader's getting a bullet as well. The two of them simultaneously. No, they're in a fight and they bump heads, and it's just.
Oh, Darth Vader's got that metal helmet on, so that'll be a head bump.
Now they both have amnesia.
Okay, so wait, your plan is to give two characters with the most intertwined backstory of all time simultaneous amnesia.
George, hear me out.
George, give me my writing credits, please.
I'm just looking for season 7 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is how we fit it in, Sean. This is how we work around it.
No, sorry, I thought I had a point, but my COVID cut me off. There's no more to say on the subject.
See, clearly. Also, I was talking to a Star Wars fan this week, and he was like, oh, do you like Obi-Wan? Because, by the way, just to let everyone know, we're doing our full Obi-Wan review when all 6 episodes are out, and then we're going to just do a 6-episode review of it.
Yeah, we're going to treat it basically like a movie. In terms of how we talk
and barrel through. But I was talking to him, and he was like, what do you think of it? I was like, oh, I think it's really good. Like, episode 3 and 4, really strong. And he was like, yeah, some of the dialogue I didn't really like. And I was kind of looking at him going, I mean, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, what were you expecting?
I think if you buy into the fact that it's a Star Wars property, you can forgive the dialogue and just explore cool things.
I mean, it's 10 times better than Sand, and not from my perspective are the Emperor evil. Like, just, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I will say, and it's not a spoiler because we know Darth Vader is in this series because it was revealed in trailers and it's talked about and everything like that. I don't think Darth Vader's an intimidating presence or villain anymore.
Big.
I'll touch on it more in the review, but he just kind of seems like a character that pops up and does nothing ever.
No, but he's pretty. I think he's pretty intimidating in episode 3.
That's in. It's episode 3 of Kenobi. This is going to get confusing.
Oh, Jesus, it's getting confusing. Episode 3 of Obi-Wan.
Right. Okay.
No, he's intimidating in episode 3 when he kills those younglings.
That's pretty intimidating. The kid the youngling that he talks to, that makes me laugh every time. That kid did an interview recently. He's like fucking 20 now or whatever. But apparently, when they were shooting that scene and Hayden Christensen lights up the lightsaber, Hayden Christensen just shouted boo at him, and that's why the kid jumps back.
I thought you were going to say he did like a proper, he got into character, just started kicking me. He was really into character.
Just started advancing like General Grievous, just spinning lightsabers at me.
And he had like proper metal ones. He was fucking swinging them.
They were swords. He had katanas on set.
So I mean, look, I think an Obi-Wan season 2 would be, it's one of those where very cool, probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but I mean, this is Star Wars, so let's probably all bank on the fact that it's definitely happening if this Obi-Wan gets enough fanfare.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, just after Rian Johnson's trilogy.
Just after that comes out and is the greatest trilogy of them all. So, Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news. And how I've structured this show is I've done back-to-back stories to cheer you up because I knew you had COVID. And
right.
So I wanted to have a nice week where you could just be in a good mood.
See, now I'm nervous because it's been two kind of decent stories thus far.
Yeah.
So you're really gonna have a nice story, or it's gonna pull the rug again, Connor. And I'm not up for either.
I'm being genuine here, Shaun. There's no rugs because
read the headline.
Nicolas Cage's National Treasure 3 is still in the works. Producer says.
No, it's not. I thought it was dead in the water. We all thought it was dead in the water, Connor. Me and the boys on the National Treasure forums, we all thought it was dead in the water.
For anyone who's just tuning into the show, maybe this is your first episode, Shaun is the only fan, other than Nicolas Cage, of the National Treasure movies. 1 and 2 being the worst movies you'd see in a while.
They're excellent fun adventure romps, I'll have you know. You learn a lot about history and puzzles in them.
And so Shaun is mad about these movies. I don't know why. None of us know why. But look, that's the way it is. So every time I see a news story about National Treasure, I literally skip stories about much more interesting properties because I think Shaun might laugh or get excited or sad. Sometimes it's funny when it's like National Treasure 3 off the map, no longer happening.
We've dealt with that story a number of times over the years.
But National Treasure Book of Secrets may have been the last one, Shaun, but National Treasure 3 is apparently still in the works, says one of the producers of the film. I mean, what's Nicolas Cage's character called in it?
Benjamin Gates. Benjamin Franklin Gates, I believe is the full name. Ben Gates.
During an AMA on Reddit via Top Gun, Bruckheimer, who is involved in it. This is Jerry
Bruckheimer. Jerry Brooks himself.
Jerry Brooks did an AMA on Reddit, and he produced both films, Shaun. So he's on an AMA for Top Gun. And a fan asks, it meant to be a question about Top Gun Maverick, I assume. He asks his thoughts on working with Nicolas Cage. And he said, would you work with him again? And he said, absolutely. I love Nicolas. He's a brilliant actor. And we are currently working on a script for National Treasure 3. So
Jerry just dropped that information. Like, he wasn't asked specifically about National Treasure 3, anything like that.
No.
He's fairly confident in this script then, if he's just chatting about it willy-nilly.
What I'm telling you is Jerry Bruckheimer has come out and told you, Shaun, National Treasure 3 is happening. And not only is it happening, it's guaranteed to make $1 billion. That's what he said. And I'm not putting words in the man's mouth, but that's what he said.
I mean, if I have to do it myself, I will. Because they're getting a Disney Plus series as well. And Riley is coming back for that.
Maybe the waters are too full then at that stage, though.
No. I think we have a good National Treasure shared entertainment universe on our hands here. Because Riley could be like, hey, we need more help to solve the puzzles. And Riley would be like, I know a guy. And then he goes to Nicolas Cage's house, and he's like, hey, it's Nicolas Cage. Are you with Diane Kruger at this point? And they're not. They're broken up again. And then the kids have to trick Nicolas Cage and Diane Kruger into getting back together. All while Riley...
Are you thinking of the movie Parent Trap?
I think of the movie The Parent Trap, I think. But wouldn't that be cool if there was treasure involved?
Bring back Lindsay. It's Lindsay back.
Lindsay could be in it. She'd definitely be. She could be in it twice if she wants.
I did 3 times. This have for me triplets.
Oh, parent trip.
Look, parent triplet. So, I mean, Shaun, National Treasure 3, I mean, this story is only here specifically for one person. To be honest with you, it's not for me, it's not for the listeners. Just mostly for you to let you know National Treasure 3 is happening. And it's come from Jerry Bruckheimer himself. So, I mean, also, I really hope it's just in purgatory and never gets seen. But at the same time, for you, I hope it gets made.
I mean, look, even if this has a New Mutant style delay and release schedule, I'll take it, man. I just need to know what's on that fucking page in that fucking book that they tease at the end of the movie. I said it before, I legitimately think about it about 3 times a month.
The fact you need to tell a therapist. Seriously.
I probably do. Probably need it for many reasons.
I love the idea that you in therapy and they're like looking for actual problems and you're like, look, 3 times a month I really think about really deep things.
That probably means something though, is the thing. It's probably like, oh, you hyper-focus on things for no reason. That's probably something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Oh, of
That's
course.
me speaking, not the therapist, by the way. The therapist is presumably
I
a doctor.
I presume they're qualified.
You would hope.
So we're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and this is something that I didn't choose specifically for you. This is more right up our alley because the MCU has a new movie happening, and they say that it will be Marvel's Suicide Squad because finally we have confirmation that the Thunderbolts movie is happening.
Excellent. I mean, we kind of have been setting it up for a while with some of the characters they've been bringing in, and we had, like, in reviews and stuff, we had floated the idea of Thunderbolts. Well, Marvel have now officially announced it. Is that it?
So they've announced that Thunderbolts will be happening, and they've already had Jake Schreier, I think is how you pronounce his name, set to direct the movie. So, director set, movies good to go.
What has Jake Schreier done before?
Not a lot of, maybe, I don't want to shit on the man's career, like, I don't want to be in a mean way, but personally I haven't seen, I don't want to be mean, like, sometimes we can't see everything, so I'm assuming he's quite good at what he does, if they've brought him in, but I also don't want to lie and be like, oh yeah, did you see that weird Netflix movie he did? That was excellent. He's done a few things, but that could be a little bit more Marvel, that they are going to pick someone maybe not a lot of people know and maybe bring them up. But what could also happen here is they bring them in and Marvel's such a massive conglomerate that they just do he just does what they say, really, because he doesn't have the sway that maybe a bigger director would.
That is true. And looking at his Wikipedia here, he's done Paper Towns in 2015. He did Chance the Rapper's Magnificent Colouring World in 2021. He's done a bunch of music videos, which is always quite cool in terms of like getting a director who's done like really stylized, smaller projects in the past and then giving them a film like Thunderbolts.
The guys who did Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is the most impressive movie I think I've ever seen, they mostly directed music videos. They did a lot of music videos before they did that film. Yeah. So, I mean, if they can do that, why can't he do cool shit? It's the same thing.
Yeah, and like Thunderbolts, like you said it up top, like they're basically Marvel's Suicide Squad. They're villains and anti-heroes who team up as kind of a black ops force for the US government, basically. Usually
so I can run through some of the members. Go
ahead. I was going to say, usually led by Thunderbolt Ross, who is Red Hulk, generally.
Oh, yeah, but Thunderbolt Ross. You also have Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. He's primarily normally in the Thunderbolts in the comic books. Baron Zemo's there. You've got Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova. She's obviously now the new Black Widow, so she's kind of in the two Thunderbolts. They've also had Ghost, Punisher, Elektra, Ghost Rider, Luke Cage. They've also had a Taskmaster on it, which interested me.
I love Taskmaster. they are okay in that Black Widow movie.
What do you think of that lineup? Who do you think they're picking? Who do you think they're choosing? I mean, Florence Pugh surely is the lock-in unless they're doing Young Avengers.
Yeah, I would say I think Florence Pugh might have aged out of Young Avengers already. So I think we'd get Florence Pugh, maybe Jeremy Renner. I think you'd probably get John Walker, US agent. Probably Baron Zemo. Probably get him in as well. Abomination, you might get Tim Roth back. And who else could you get?
Because they have Punisher and Luke Cage. I don't think they're going to do Ghost Rider. I think they're keeping him for Midnight Suns.
Yeah, it could be cool to bring in Luke Cage and Punisher through Thunderbolts, being like, here's two guys we have on the roster, and then they don't get like origin movies or series themselves. And just bring the same actors back. I could see that
happening. It kind of goes along with, though, I mean, we had to fight so much for Daredevil. I don't know if they're just going to bring the two lads in.
I mean, that's true. That is they might not be so keen on doing that. Also, the actor, William Hurt, who plays Thunderbolt Ross, did pass away this year. So I don't know, would we get a Red Hulk or anything like that in this?
What I would assume is happening, they'll set up the team in like his memory. So he will pass away in the MCU, and then they will set up the Thunderbolts as a team.
That does make a lot of sense.
Do you think this could be their next Suicide Squad, or do you just think this could be like a weird team up? Really depends who's directed it, or not even who's directed, but how it's written. What's the vibe or goal with here?
Yeah, like it is weird, because if you're gonna do the Thunderbolts, I'd like it not just to be Avengers with different characters. Like, it would be cool if the Thunderbolts was like a more, not that violence is everything, but a more violent, a more kind of shocking look at superpowers in a world, and not the kind of like sanitized Avengers quippy colourful movies that we usually get. Not that anything is wrong with either, but I'm not asking for dark and gritty. You can have a mix. Yeah, just different stories being told, not just different characters who slot into the same script.
And I think, I mean, Florence Pugh and Baron Zemo, even Daniel Bruhl, who plays Baron Zemo, I think the two of them, like their charisma alone, they will bring people in. I don't know if Jeremy Renner is going to come back. I think maybe not. I feel like Hawkeye was his like last hurrah. I just think he's like half in, half out. He might come back for a day of shooting, if we're honest with ourselves, but I don't know if he's doing the full 6-month shoot.
No, I would say he probably doesn't want to. I don't know the man. He might love the character of Hawkeye. It might be his favourite thing he's ever done.
He's busy setting up another app, the Jeremy Renner app.
Jeremy Renner Volume 2, Electric Boogaloo. But
what if they brought in Deadpool?
See, no, I get where your head's at, and I like where your head's at. But if Deadpool's in, I just want an X-Force movie, and just like have him with fucking weird odd mutants and just have him pissing around.
You have the moment like in the Wolverine Origins, very Wolverine Origin heavy episode today, but I haven't seen it recently. I just remember these scenes, but it's like you'd be the perfect soldier, Wayne, if you didn't have that mouth, right? And then we take Ryan Reynolds and we just sew his mouth shut. Yeah,
just CGI his mouth, and then Wanda's like, "What mouth?" And then he loses his mouth again. And it's this whole thing.
And he's just like starts shrugging. He's like, for fuck's sake. Like,
can't catch
I was
a
already
break
done.
Here. Actually, that'd be a move if like Deadpool showed up with his mouth sewn shut and then he just cuts his mouth open so he can speak. That would be a cool little jokey bit, I think. I think that would be.
A little jokey bit.
A little jokey bit in a Marvel movie.
And
who would have thought?
Ryan would do that. Ryan's jokey. He'll do it.
I'm not sure I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's too...
come on.
I think he's too concocted, you know? He's too fucking... He's always on the bit.
That's a big statement to say.
I know. Here's the thing. I think he's... well, do I? Okay.
You're being brave. Come on, be brave. Go through with it.
I just think, right, I think he's always on the bit and there's never a moment where he's a real human. Okay? And as someone who's always on the bit himself, I fully appreciate that, and I like the commitment. But just give me one moment of just being like, guys, sometimes I just get really tired of being Deadpool. Because you must. That must be exhausting as a human.
I think what you want super handsome, super funny Ryan Reynolds, very charismatic. Mm-hmm. What you want is just maybe a podcast, maybe a 40-minute chat where he's just like, dude, I'm having a tough time. It's been a tough year. Something happened.
Not that I want the man to be in pain or like to give him depression. I think what
we're all hearing here, just everyone who's listening in and myself, we're just hearing you want Ryan Reynolds to be sad.
I just think it can't just be me that think that no one's that happy all the time. This is a one-sided form of therapy, really, isn't it?
You don't trust it.
I don't trust happiness for some reason.
He's hiding some.
Yeah, he's perfectly content in his life. What's going wrong there?
Now, to be fair, I kind of feel that with a lot of... So I'm going to come in and throw you maybe a fucking life raft here. Because I sometimes feel like that with a lot of celebrities. They're always doing the interviews, always doing the press tours. You have to be positive. You have to be constantly just nice. All the time, because otherwise then you get called a dickhead. Whereas anybody listening to this, if we had to sit in a room for like 9 hours and just one by one every 5 minutes a new person came in with the like, hi, what's going on? I'm here for a scoop. Yeah, let's sit down. What's your workout regimen? I think after 7 hours we'd be like, oh, fuck off, like leave me alone.
Yeah, you'd like definitely the last interview of that day. There's no way you're enthused about anything, I would say.
No, and I think that's just because... So I can understand where you're coming from, but also he seems like a nice man, and you should back the fuck up, right? Back the fuck up.
Just because look, I'm not threatening to fight the man or anything like that.
Nobody said that. You're the only one who brought that up.
No, I don't. I haven't booked a fight night, and I'm not selling tickets to it. So don't ask.
Have you seen him? He will beat you to death, and you have COVID.
Yeah, I've got chemical warfare on my hands.
What are you going to do, Ryan? What are you going to do now?
Let's see you be Deadpool with a bit of a cough and a fever.
Oh no. Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news from you slagging Ryan Reynolds. Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
I'm on so much codeine right now, it's not even funny.
That's your get out. I just want to bring up this small piece of story that I feel like we would be remiss if we did not talk about it. We touched on it a little bit last week. That is Morbius. In our time away, we missed last Monday, as of course you were a bit ill. You were a bit under the weather. And so...
I wasn't ill yet on Monday, I will say.
Oh, no, you weren't. No,
I just
you were
wasn't
still away
here
at that point. You just weren't here. But we could not record. So within that time frame from our last movie Mondays, Morbius has been morbid again.
He's morbid all over town, boys.
And if anyone doesn't know, Jared Leto, our least favourite actor in the whole world, apparently other than Ryan Reynolds,
don't put them on the
bad person.
Yeah, Jared I outright don't like. Ryan Reynolds I just don't trust.
Okay. Morbius has flopped again at the box office. Even after a torrent of memes decided that they would have lots of fans that would come back out. The overwhelmingly negative reviews apparently stuck around, because when it was released again, it made only $85,000 worldwide, and it's not great.
It's the best thing that the internet has collectively ever done, is trick Sony into thinking that people would watch Morbius. And some of the things, like, I saw a tweet and it was just like, oh no, all of the people who wanted to see Morbius were moving that day, and all of the people who didn't want to see Morbius were helping people move that day. So just release it again and we'll go see it.
Can we get them to release it a third time?
I mean, surely not. Surely they know by now that it's all a bit.
But like, so how does Jared Leto, known bastard,
absolute
just a known,
prick.
not a nice not a nice man. Just on set sending people used condoms and dead pigs and all sorts of random shit. And just being a general nuisance in the workplace that I feel like if any of us did, we'd be fired. But,
in a heartbeat.
But Jared, I just feel like this is funnier because it's Jared. If it was anybody else, you'd be like, okay, that's fair enough. But it's because it's Leto that he needs this to come out again and then bomb again.
And do you think he knows he's the joke, or do you think he does not care?
So one of our patrons, Róisín, sent us on a tweet that was showing him writing out like a joke, Morbius 2, it's Morbid time.
Was that not the announcement of Morbius 2? Because I saw this on TikTok.
No, I think he's just taking the piss.
Right. Okay. That's interesting then.
So at that point, I mean, it raises the question, if he's in on the joke, I think the joke becomes immediately less funny if Jared is having a laugh at it.
Yeah, he's not allowed to enjoy this. He has to reconcile with the fact that he's in the worst movie ever made. But it's also, we talked about that it's definitely going to win the audience vote for Best Oscar Movie next year, right?
Oh, I mean, it's a lock-in. It has to win it.
It has to be. Like, unless, I don't know what could dethrone it at this point as the internet's dumbest favourite movie. So, is it better if we make it so that Jared Leto has to go on stage and has to accept an Academy Award for Morbius? Is that better for us or for Jared?
No, I don't want Jared to win anything. See, that's the problem. I want him to come second even in the fan vote.
Oh, that would be interesting actually. If they voted for if the internet actually was like, hang on, pro gamer move here. We're going to vote for the movie we liked the most.
Like the Batman wins it.
Yeah.
But Jared is second. Just to put it into context, they re-released the whole movie because what happened was Morbius came out and it didn't make a lot of money because everyone's like, that movie's shit. Even though Jared takes himself very seriously. And so then what happened was Sony were like, oh man, people loved Morbius. And then the gag became, Morbius is the greatest movie of all time. And so people were just tweeting non-stop about their love for Morbius and how it was misunderstood and how it was actually the best movie ever secretly if people just gave it a chance. And so it got out of hand, as you could understand on the internet. And Sony watched this all happen and eventually were like, yeah, this is not actually just taking the piss. People want to see Morbius again. It is a secretly amazing film. Let's re-release it.
They'll pay good money to see Morbius just again if we put it out.
So they released it on 1,037 screens for the weekend. And I actually misspoke. So it made 87,000 on one day.
Right.
So over the weekend that it got re-released, it made 300 grand. Okay?
Wow.
Pretty good. Top Gun
say.
Maverick took in $86 million in the same time frame.
Oh no. Oh. But Morbius made some money, right? That's pretty good.
300,000.
How much did it cost to release it in all those screens?
How much would it cost to release it over 1,000 screens? Has to be 100 grand. Easy.
I would say it's above 300 grand. I think they lost so much money on this. Like, definitely.
I just think it's just the best. So Morbius, I just want to put it out right now. I feel like they should release it again. I think this time, Electric Boogaloo, back in the habit, it's Morbid time, this time it's personal. Everything, throw it all in, we'll definitely see it.
Yeah, and then the Morbius sweep can continue indefinitely. Put it out, here's what you do, Sony, put it out on Halloween and just let everyone be like, oh, we'll see Morbius on Halloween, it'll be funny. And we'll all dress up as Morbius.
It's a Halloween movie. They just released it at the wrong time.
It's like, yeah, it's one of those cult classics that in years to come it'll be looked back on fondly.
Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and this revolves around Warner Brothers, your favourite, because the news has come out that the Flash film has been shown at Warner Brothers, and they reportedly believe that The Flash is one of their best movies ever, and that Ezra Miller will not be replaced in the DCU.
I don't believe it, for the simple fact that when I think it was Batman versus Superman, that got a 10-minute standing ovation, apparently. And I've seen that movie, and it doesn't deserve 10 minutes of seated time. So, to say that...
Hey, the first 10 minutes are pretty good.
First 10 minutes are all right.
Into the smoke.
Oh, I arrived late, so...
Oh, sorry.
The thing is, like, I think I would not base my initial judgment of the Flash movie on the reception of people who are directly involved and are paid by the success of the Flash movie.
But at the same time, they're now saying it's so good, that the Flash is so good, that they're sticking with Ezra, even though he's a known terrible person.
Yeah.
And just outright saying, this is going to fucking kill at the box office. This is the next big thing. We're sticking with it. This is it. Now, as you said, why would they tell you any different when the movie's coming out and it's their movie? Doesn't make any sense.
If they, I might give them more credit if they had watched it and then they put out a statement being like, we're a bit nervous about this one, we'll be honest.
It's a bit fucking iffy, boys. This is give or take. I don't know, to be honest. It's fucking shit in places.
When is The Flash actually released? When's it coming out here?
I thought it was like October this year.
I thought it was sooner, wasn't it? Flash released...
I thought it was October or September.
It's June. It's the 23rd of June.
This month?
Wait, no. What?
No way is it coming out.
It's 23rd June 2023?
Oh, okay. Whew.
Why have we seen a trailer for that?
Because it's the greatest movie, Shaun.
Why? Filming took place between April and October 2021.
But you know what's better? In between that time, what do we have, like a year? Like, Ezra's going to assault at least 4 more people in that year.
And, like, nothing else is going to happen. I'm baffled by it. I thought that movie was coming out in, like, 4 weeks, man. Like,
I thought the movie was coming out this year for sure. Like, why would they be bigging it up? Why would they say anything?
Why have we seen so much of this movie?
There's no way. It must have gotten pushed forward. Are you sure? Is that Wikipedia? Is that the most reliable source, Wikipedia?
I think it is. It was late to June 2023. Yeah, so it was okay. It was meant to be the June 3rd, 2022. Then it was delayed till November 4th, 2022.
Right. After
all the release schedules had to be shifted for everything. Then it moved to June of 2023.
Oh, shit.
And this will tell you how much confidence they have in it, is that it'll be on HBO Max 45 days after its cinema release.
Yes. I think they need to just do this every week. I think they need to, every single week for the next 12 months, come out and be like, I seen The Flash. It's the fucking best movie I've ever seen. Honestly.
Why are they showing it this far in advance, though?
Because, I mean, because Black Adam is coming out. They want that DCEU pump up.
So is Black Adam going to have a trailer for The Flash at the end of it?
Yeah, I can only assume.
I mean, it's a bold move. I will, because those DC after credits things are some of the saddest things I've ever seen, because they're just they try to like set stuff up and they try to build hype, but they're just like, oh, it's Henry Cavill's body double, I guess, standing there.
We're always shitting on DC, and like
so easy.
Like I love DC, right? Because I'm a DC. I grew up on DC comic books, so like Batman's my favorite character. Well, Nightwing is my favorite character. For, the Batman universe. But lads, it's like when someone else is bullying your friend, and you're like, fuck it, they're right though. Like I know, fuck, that's a good one. To be fair,
you have to admit that was funny.
Like John, I know, like you're sad, but at the same time, it's fucking funny. Like you probably shouldn't have done that. Shaun, moving on from The Flash, we finish off this week with the big trailer that I told you to watch. By the way, I told him at 10 o'clock this morning to watch it.
He did. He did, but I didn't see those messages.
Then he got on the call here and went, oh fuck, I forgot. So that's the kind of level we're talking about here. Just professionalism.
Up to the minute reporting is how I would like to describe
fresh.
it.
It's fresh in your mind.
Fresh in the COVID-addled brain.
So I'm talking, of course, about the Black Adam trailer that came out this week. It has arrived. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, catches a rocket in the movie. So, I mean, it's got to be good, right? Tell us what you thought about the trailer.
I mean, look, if I didn't know that Black Adam was a bit of an anti-hero, fuck, this trailer baits you over the head with it, doesn't it?
It's got a little bit of the Morbius, he can either save the city or he can destroy the city.
Maybe that's it, is that I'm comparing it in my mind's eye to It's Morbin Time.
Yeah, of course.
But I genuinely, I think this looks like a really interesting movie. Like, it looks like a bit of fun.
It looks a lot better than I thought it would.
I thought this was going to be shocking.
Yeah, I did too. But having seen this, I'm like, holy shit, this looks really good.
Now I'm going into this with some primers based on you doing Hero Zeros on Black Adam and Atom Smasher and Dr. Fate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For someone going in completely blind, I think there's going to be a lot to have to catch up on in this
That's
movie.
actually a very good point, because like, yeah, we kind of talk about Hero Zeros and we kind of do bits of run-throughs of these characters, but like, as I said, yeah, someone like someone just coming into the street just be like, oh, Black Adam, The Rock's and that, yeah, I might go see it. Like, who the fuck are any of these people? Who is Atom Smasher? So I hope to do a good job of introducing them all. It's a lot of characters to get across at the same time.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing though. Pierce Brosnan, what an excellent looking Dr. Fate. I mean, come on.
Absolutely killing it. Does he keep the Irish accent in it? I was trying to listen throughout the trailer.
Does he ever?
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he's a little bit Irish in there.
It sneaks in. Like one or two sentences, but he tries to keep up like the American accent a lot of the time.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the look of Black Adam?
I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's The Rock, so
yeah,
it's pretty great. He looks like The Rock, so he's massive. I really like the hood look. I think that's pretty cool.
I love the cape with the hood up, that whole thing. Please keep that. And all the
holes in it. The trailer obviously has the bit where it has to explain who the fuck he is. My kid died for me to live. I was killed, and then I was reborn as this like superhero. All you have to kind of realise is Black Adam is basically Shazam. They have the exact same abilities, so they're both like basically indestructible in every single way. Black Adam has a slightly different viewpoint on the world than Shazam does, so that's where they meet heads. And my big question is, do you think The Rock will just be The Rock in this movie?
I don't know. From the trailers, he seems to be angrier, but not like, you know, when The Rock is angry in like Fast and Furious and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But he's very clearly confident The Rock underneath it.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like he's playing anger, and he's going to play a proper like sadness in this movie.
Should.
Yeah, because he is a good actor. He's just in generic action roles a lot of the time. Like
he's a good actor who's been typecast in the Rock role. And look, he's probably absolutely fine with that. Like he's in all the biggest movies. That's what they want. They want The Rock.
Oh, like highest grossing actor of all time. Yeah, I'm sure he's fairly pleased with himself.
The main thing that stood out to me was I'm getting very like Hancock vibes from it. Was what I was getting was like, you have this hero who's basically indestructible. He doesn't really give a shit about what's going on. So you could kind of go two ways. Obviously, I'm skipping the whole bit of Hancock with the like secret love that makes him weaker, all that stuff. We're not going to remember that. But at the end of this movie, is he going to learn the value of friendship? Is he going to be like, maybe the world is worth saving? My God.
I don't want him to. Like,
No.
I want this movie to end and he sees Shazam on the news and like he is like, oh, I'm gonna kick the shit out of that child.
No, he's not a child. He's a grown man.
No, but he knows. He knows.
Yeah,
he's
but
a
he
child.
somehow knows. He has
Someone
a sense.
figured it out.
Yeah, and he's going to kick him the shit out of him more because he knows he's a kid. What I would like the ending to be somewhere along the lines of like, he starts off the movie, he just wants to destroy the world, and then maybe towards the end of the movie he realises that instead of destroying the world, he wants to take over the world. And so he makes, like, the end of the movie is him making his own kingdom. That he's like, I'm the king of this area, and anyone who comes in here, I'm going to fuck them up.
That's a nice way of doing, and it lessens him. It turns him more into like a Doctor Doom kind of thing. Is that like he does want to help his people, but he's going to use whatever fucked means he deems appropriate to do so.
And I mean, you could absolutely do it the way that like maybe the people in Egypt are getting attacked, or like something's happening where they're just being destroyed, and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna step in here, and you do not attack this area.
What do you think the threat is in this movie?
I don't know, is the thing.
Because there's no like pre-established villain or anything. Not that there has to be, but there's no pre-established villain that they can use or anything like that.
As far as I can tell, he's the villain. And so maybe along the lines of, okay, so there's going to be Black Adam, and then the JSA are going to be there. So you have Hawkman, played by Aldous Hodge, Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan, Cyclone is in it, Atom Smasher is there. I think Mr. Terrific is in this movie. So you've got like the JSA, they're all there. They're like the outright heroes.
Yeah.
Black Adam's there, who we think he's the villain, but I'm going to assume there's an even bigger big bad somewhere who wants to take over the world or so. And the JSA are going to be like, we can't defeat him on our own. We need to get in Black Adam to help us defeat the big bad.
Right. Okay.
I think that's just an absolute shot in the dark. I don't know for sure, but I mean that's what I would probably do.
Yeah, but that is the thing when you have a character that is so morally grey, is that you can't really have them. You can't have them go full evil, but you also can't have them go full good. They have to walk this weird little line throughout the whole movie.
And we've talked about so many times when it comes to Shazam and Billy Batson up against The Rock, which like it's just a case of like, if people like Black Adam, and they will because he's The Rock, when he goes into the Shazam 2 film and he's beating the shit out of Shazam, people are going to be like, well, I mean, it's The Rock, so I'm going to side with The Rock.
Yeah, and like that is tough, but I guess if they can find common ground later on down the line, then maybe it doesn't matter. Like you can just be like, he's a bit of a shit, but he's a good guy at the back of it all, you know. Unless
you bring in Henry Cavill's Superman to fight him.
I mean, would they though? Is Henry Cavill allowed to do that?
No, they still have him banned. Not until he shaved those sideburns and that mustache. I shaved it. Just shave it again, boy. Shave it. I
think there's some
again.
contract thing that Netflix own Henry Cavill's face or something like that. And like until Witcher's finished, that doesn't expire or something.
They own his face, but just his face. You can have his body. That's absolutely fine. I just. By the way, I couldn't get over Dr. Fate in this. I was like, Pierce Brosnan, you're looking well.
Yeah,
he looks like the perfect Dr. Fate. You don't see much of Atom Smasher, and you see a little bit of Hawkman. I think Hawkman looks pretty good. The CGI they'll probably tweak it a little bit more the closer it gets, but the suit itself, I think, it looks pretty good.
I think it's a cool design. I think it works with the world that they've like set up in the trailer. I think it doesn't look out of place, which is the best thing you can say about a big gold hawk suit. Wonder Woman.
And also he caught a rocket, so that's pretty good.
Did catch a rocket that one time.
Yeah.
And then there was that funny bit where they rolled up the windows before the rocket went off.
That was pretty good. That was pretty
funny,
good.
Wasn't it? Wasn't that good now, lads?
A little bit of a joke.
Lighten the mood.
Sean, I think that's it for this week's Movie Mondays.
What a week of news, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, please.
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We will be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thank you goes out to all of our patrons over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. $5 or more a month over there. You get access to all of our movie and TV show reviews that we've ever done. You also do get shout outs, of course, on the show. So massive thank you goes to Waffles, the magic undisputed king of Aotearoa New Zealand, Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín the wife Palmer, Ryan technically fine Evanson, Shaun Chuck it in the wash and it'll be grand Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Florida Gal Green, Anna Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky, did daredevil snap when the blip happened McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Sackman41 and Frost. Thank you all.
That list is getting longer.
It's getting longer and longer, boys, and I have limited lung capacity at the minute.
No, keep adding to it. Everyone.
Jez, I found another lung, we'll be fine. No, thanks everyone for the support. Thanks that it's nice to see new people joining and people telling each other about the show. Just one human being, mind you.
Just one, please.
Just one, please. And all the socials are linked down below. You can follow us on all of those. Merch store as well, linked below. And yeah, best way ever to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist. I know we already said it, but how many people, Connor?
Just 2.
You fucking two this week. Why not? I think that's about it.
That's it. You did it.
I had a panic attack at the end there. I will.
So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meighan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.